It was a quiet Friday night in Russia, the kind of evening that felt ordinary, almost comforting. Inside a modest apartment, a family sat together at the kitchen table. The room was softly lit by a single lamp, casting long shadows across the walls. A board game was spread out before them, dice rolling, cards being shuffled. Laughter broke out every few minutes, small, ordinary moments of family life. The parents, tired but content, enjoyed the rare chance to spend time together. Their daughter sat across from them. She smiled occasionally, but her eyes seemed distant, cold, almost calculating. Every move on the board was mechanical, deliberate. And yet, no one noticed. To her parents, it was just another Friday game night. To her, it was the perfect cover for what was already forming in her mind. The air in that apartment was warm, familiar, but beneath it, an invisible tension simmered, waiting to erupt. As the game went on, the daughter finally spoke up. She leaned forward, her voice calm but firm. "I want a car." Her parents exchanged a quick glance. It wasn't the first time she had asked, and as before, the answer was the same. "No, not now, we can't afford it." Her father tried to laugh it off, rolling the dice again. Her mother reached to shuffle the cards, but the tension was clear. The girl's eyes didn't waver. She simply nodded, her lips curling into a faint smile. No arguments, no shouting, just quiet acceptance. The board game continued, the dice clattering across the table as though nothing had happened. But in her silence, something darker was growing. To her parents, it was just another refusal. To her, it was the final one. The clock ticked past midnight. The apartment fell into silence. Her parents, unaware of the storm brewing, slipped into their bedroom and drifted into sleep. The daughter, however, did not sleep. She lay in bed, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. Her mind was fixed, steady, patient. Minutes crawled by. The quiet hum of the refrigerator was the only sound in the flat. Every shadow in the room seemed to grow darker, heavier. Finally, she moved. Slowly, deliberately, she pushed back her blanket and crept toward the kitchen. The drawer slid open with a faint metallic scrape. Inside, her hand found the handle of a long, sharp knife. She lifted it, studied its glint under the dim light, and held it firmly. Her breathing was calm, steady, controlled. Step by step, she walked toward her parents' room. Each footstep echoed like a drumbeat of inevitability. The waiting was over. The night was about to change forever. She stood in the doorway, watching the rise and fall of her parents' breathing. For a moment, she didn't move. She simply listened. The quiet rhythm of sleep, the faint rustle of blankets. And then, she struck. The knife came down with cold precision. Her father never had the chance to react. Her mother awoke to horror, but the screams never carried beyond the walls. Within minutes, the room was silent again, except for her steady breathing. But silence wasn't enough. She continued. Methodically, deliberately, she worked to erase what she had done. The knife did not leave her hand. Her parents' bodies were reduced to pieces, stripped of their humanity, packed away like objects. One by one, she stuffed the remains into thick black trash bags. The plastic crinkled and tore as she forced them closed, dragging them toward the corner of the apartment. Her hands were soaked in red, but her expression remained calm. No panic, no tears, just a chilling focus, as if she were completing a task she had been planning all along. By the time the clock neared 3 a.m, the board game still sat untouched on the table. The dice, the cards, the laughter of a family night, replaced by a scene of quiet, calculated horror. The front door creaked open at 3 a.m. Her older brother stepped inside, tired from a long night out. He expected silence, maybe the faint sound of the television, or his parents already asleep. Instead, he froze. The apartment felt wrong. The air was heavy, metallic. Then his eyes adjusted. He saw them. the trash bags, stacked carelessly in the hallway, dark stains seeping through the plastic, and standing beside them, his sister. She was calm, almost too calm. Her face was pale, her eyes unblinking. The knife still sat on the kitchen counter behind her. For a second, neither of them moved. The hallway stretched into eternity. His heart thundered in his chest, but she just stared, motionless, as if daring him to speak. And then, instinct took over. He dropped his bag. He bolted. The door slammed shut behind him as he tore down the corridor. His breath came in sharp gasps, echoing in the stairwell. He didn't dare look back. He knew what he had seen, and he knew he had to escape. Ahead of him, the elevator doors opened. His only chance. He leapt inside, his shaking hands slamming every button, desperate to make the machine move, desperate to put distance between himself and the horror that had once been his home. And so, the story of the elevator escape remains one of the internet's most disturbing viral clips. But let's be clear, this crime narrative is not verified. According to official Russian media, the young man seen in the footage was believed to be under the influence of drugs. Other reports suggested he may have been suffering from schizophrenia. The truth behind that night has never been confirmed. What we are left with is a haunting video and countless theories that continue to fuel the mystery. What do you think? Was it simply a case of intoxication? Or something far darker hidden behind those elevator doors? Share your thoughts below. I'm reading all of your comments. And if you enjoyed chilling crime stories like this one, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Crime Documentary, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next case.